is becoming a dictatorship along with the bureaucracy. And Congress is being turned into a ceremonial body completely. That's the point we've now reached in this nation. It's officially happening. Historically, people usually don't notice when that's happening, and it just unfolds, and then from there, the prosperity goes out the window. Because it is a moral society, in my experience and in my research, that actually creates the wealth, creates the success. So we're going to be breaking all that down and more here. Before I go any further, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you a little bit about the products that are available at InfoWarsStore.com. We have really excellent pro-liberty T-shirts, like a guy putting a gun to somebody's head who has a bag of money and then it just says socialism. We have all the Molon Labe in English and in Greek shirts that are the best-looking Molon Labe come and take it shirts out there, bar none. We have them in women's and men's apparel. We have the Paul Revere shirts. We have it all at InfoWarsStore.com. We have a complete line of women's clothing as well. And it's all there to get the word out, InfoWarsStore.com. And your purchase of the books, the videos, the high-quality water filters, the high-quality shortwave radios. We have the very best radios at the lowest prices at InfoWarsStore.com. Also then funds this operation. So you get high-quality products that you're not going to find in stores, in most cases anywhere, delivered right to your door, and you're going to know and have the peace of mind you're funding the very tip of the spear of the promotion of liberty and freedom, no holds bar, no compromise, no apologies. The Pro Pure G2 filters cut out the fluoride, the glyphosates, the heavy metals, all of it. Annihilate the competition for a lower price. 10% off, promo code WATER, the lowest price anywhere, InfoWarsStore.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. You can also go to InfoWarsStore.com, and when you go to InfoWarsStore.com, you can, again, find all the products, or InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com is a specific, pioneering, trailblazing, but also in a way back to basics supplements that we have. Super Male Vitality discounted. Survival Shield, proprietary Nation Iodine discounted. The Lung Shield, Lung Cleanse. The Fluoride Detox that also chelates and gets out the heavy metals and other things. All of them work together in fusion. The Silver Bullet, that's sold out. That's back in supply. Some of the strongest nano silver you're going to find anywhere that we had produced, especially for InfoWars listeners and viewers. InfoWarsLife.com. Also, we have the nightly news, the subscription, and see all my films, online books, special live events, and so much more. 18, 19 years of material. PrisonPlanet.tv. $15.95 monthly membership. Is really 11 memberships, and I want to thank all of you that are PrisonPlanet.tv members. You are funding the very tip of the spear of the new media that is overthrowing the dinosaur globalist media. And then finally, our sponsors, folks like MyPatriotSupply.com/Alex, MyPatriotSupply.com. Everyone should have storable foods. This is the place to get it. Super high quality, 866-229-0927, non-GMO, organic, high quality, great customer service, MyPatriotSupply.com/Alex. Going back to Mike Howard of WNFZ 94.3 in Knoxville. We also have the great folks on WBCR outside Knoxville and Truth Radio, who's had us on for 15 years so that we can spread across the country, including 6 other affiliates in the great state of Tennessee and Memphis and in Nashville and other areas. But Mike Howard joins us. Mike, you know, there's so many topics I wanted to get you on about, but before the show, I said, what do you want to cover? And you said the tipping point, the breaking point, where you see this going. How do you think we can defeat this? And then I want to get into White House picking up the pace on executive actions. The White House will be picking up the pace on executive actions as Congress focuses its efforts on newly formed select committee investigating Benghazi. Senior Obama advisor Dan Pfeiffer said yesterday in an op-ed of the Huffington Post, he argued that congressional Republicans are not interested in engaging on the economy. We've already seen your Obamacare that's shutting down the economy. Instead, spending time obsessing, trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act and ginning up politically motivated investigations. No, Obama's been committing crimes. Of course, some of the Republicans are trying to gin up political stuff because the constituents are demanding it. And the Republican leadership, like Boehner, is busy blocking it, acting like, oh, I want to just change Obamacare, not repeal it. The White House has dismissed the select committee investigating the terrorist attacks on Benghazi, Libya, announced earlier this month by Speaker John Boehner. Boehner went on to say that if they continue to ignore Congress, he'll, quote, hit a brick wall. But I think that's rhetoric. So what do you say, Mike Howard?
I'm telling you right now, we need to start holding these people accountable for what they're doing. I mean, the problem is it's all empty rhetoric. Nothing's being done. We hear these. We live in a world of sound bites and 30-second video clips. And yet they sound great, and they read scripts very well, and they stand in front of the teleprompters, and they give us nice, flowery speeches, and they encourage us to be better, and yet we don't hold them accountable for the fact that they don't ever deliver. They never make anything better. They never do anything to actually make anything better. It's all just whitewash. It's all smoke and mirrors. And there's going to be a point where people get so sick and tired of just the endless, empty rhetoric. And now it's gotten to the point now where they don't even do it well. I mean, James Clapper sitting in front of the Senate saying, "I gave the least untruthful answer possible. I lied to you, yeah, but it was the smallest lie I could find." I mean, we have to pass the bill in order to find out what's in it. I mean, seriously, it makes no sense.
Well, Clapper said we are not spying on any Americans. That is an absolute giant lie. Then he lies and says it's not that big a lie. He perjured himself. And again, historically, you get to a point where if they don't get in trouble, the bottom drops out and destroys the establishment themselves because everyone starts lying, everyone starts cheating, total confidence is lost. The establishment, all they've got's lies because they're a bunch of crook scammers who play golf all day.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is the ruling elite in this country is a joke.
They sit inside that Beltway bubble, these celebrecrats. And we put them, for some reason, we put them on these pedestals and we bow at their feet and say, you're special people and you're much better than we are. Please go and lead us. And then they don't even lead us. They do nothing. They sit there and just figure out ways to stay longer and longer in their seats and do as little as possible. And for some reason, we keep sending them back because it's never my guy that's bad. It's your guy that's bad. He's the one that's doing bad things, but my guy's great. He needs to go back up. Yeah, he's done a couple bad things, but he needs to go back up and have another chance. The people need to wake up in this country and quit being fed this pablum of, this person can't hold this office because he's not electable. It's not for the media to say who's electable. It's for the people here casting their votes to say who is electable and who isn't electable. We're fed this idea that we can't make a decision for ourselves, and if we do, then well, you're tipping the canoe. You're not doing what you should be doing. You're not falling in line correctly. You're stepping out of line. You're being a rabble rouser. You just need to do what the media tells you to do. You need to do what the government tells you to do. And as long as you're all right and you stay within that line and you listen to our line of bull to you, and just buy into it because it's all true, at least in our mind. We're all going to pretend like it's true, and then you just smile and keep on going. There's going to be a day where people finally get to the point where they say, this is enough. You either do what you're telling us you're going to do, we're going to hold you accountable to this, or you're gone. But that's when the hard work starts. That's when we have to step in and say, all right, now what do we do? The hard thing is what happens the day after that guy leaves the office, and we have to fill that seat back. That's where the hard work starts, and I don't know if people are up to doing that. There's people who want to stand back and say, look, there was a time in this country when we held each other accountable, when we treasured hard work, when we actually put up on a pedestal honor, and we put up on a pedestal faith, and we put up on a pedestal pride and dignity. Suddenly, those are all bad things anymore. You just don't do that. You just go along with what you're told to do. And if you step out of line, then you're not doing the right thing. And I'm done buying into that. And I think more and more people every day are done buying into that.
I agree with you.
And explain to my 14-year-old son that, you know what, there was a time in this country when we made things. There was a time in this country when we had pride in what we did. There was a time in this country when we were at the forefront of science and technology and freedom and business, and we led the world. And now we stand back and go, well, we're great. Well, why? Because we've given away all of our technology. We've given away all of our businesses. We've shipped everything off to as many places as we can. What do we do now? We just stand back and go, hey, we're great because we're great. We're great, but we could be a whole lot better, and we need to be a whole lot better.
You're right. The globalists have hoarded this country out 1,000 different ways to gain control of the globe and set up their world government, and now they're in the end game to fully bankrupt us, shut us down, and dumb us down and move on to machines to fight their wars. And you've got the Democratic congressman saying we've proven that communism works. He's come out and basically said that. Florida Rep. Joe Garcia, we're going to play that clip, and then we're also going to play the other Democratic congressman